In Bahrain, there are urgent concerns about the health of a jailed activist who's been on a hunger strike for a long time. Relatives and supporters say they haven't been able to contact Abdulhadi Al Khawaja since Saturday. He's refused solid food for 2 months to protest his prison sentence for his role in anti-government demonstrations. Leonie Lakani is watching developments from Abu Dhabi, and she joins us now live with the very latest. And Leonie, his daughter as well has been arrested a few times. I saw on her Twitter page that she ran into the hospital demanding to see her father. What do we know about his condition then? Is he really sort of at risk of dying at any moment?
Well, Hala, the family believes he is. He's just entered the 61st day of his hunger strike on Monday. And according to Zainab Al Khawaja, his daughter, the last time she spoke to him on Saturday, he sounded like he was really out of breath, that he was having trouble speaking, and he had told his family that he was being harassed and insulted by the hospital staff. So they're really concerned that his health is deteriorating. Now, the government says he is in a stable condition, he is not in danger, in any grave danger, that they've got doctors tending to him around the clock, and that he's being fed minerals, fluids, glucose. It's not clear how exactly that's being administered to him. Zainab was concerned that he was being force-fed. We put that to the government, and they've denied that, Hala. So that's where we stand at the moment. The family was supposed to see him on Sunday, but they haven't seen him for over a week now.
But he also holds Danish citizenship, doesn't he? So, and there was talk of potentially sending him to Denmark, but authorities in Bahrain refused. Is that right?
That's right. He has Danish citizenship. He spent some time there. And on Sunday, the Danish authorities had asked if he could be transferred to Denmark as basically a prisoner transfer. And the Bahraini government, the main legal body in Bahrain, said he did not meet the conditions according to their criminal law, the special conditions needed for a prisoner transfer. So he was denied that. So for the time being, Hala, he's still in Bahrain.
Thanks very much, Leonie Lakani, live in Abu Dhabi. Well, of course, Bahrain and the Gulf is associated with the Grand Prix, the Formula One race. It was canceled last year. The race this year is coming up. It's on schedule for April 22nd. Now, once again, there are concerns about whether there will be violent unrest during the race, whether it's appropriate to hold the race at all. So far, everyone is saying the race is on, but there are calls to put the brakes on the whole thing. Dan Rivers has more on that.
Well, there are growing calls on the Formula One chiefs to reconsider their decision to go ahead with the Grand Prix in Bahrain after the 61st day of hunger strike by human rights campaigner Abdulhadi Al Khawaja. His family are concerned about his condition, concerned about the way he is being treated in prison. His daughter Zainab was charged and released while trying to visit her father. Meanwhile, the Bahrain Information Authority are saying his condition is stable, that he is being monitored regularly. But there are concerns that in the next 2 weeks, in the run-up to the planned Grand Prix, that his condition may deteriorate. It may prompt more protests. Already Damon Hill, former world champion, has come out and said Formula One should reconsider its decision to hold the race, saying it would be a bad state of affairs and bad for Formula One to be seen to be enforcing martial law in order to hold the race. That's not what this sport should be about. The Bahrain International Circuit, the venue where the race is due to be held, has put out a statement saying they are in regular contact with the FIA, the FOM and the Bahrain government. All of the above continue to state that the Grand Prix will go ahead. Of course, it was cancelled last year amid violent protests, and it's estimated that the cancellation of that race cost the authorities there about $500 million, so a huge amount of money at stake. Bernie Ecclestone, the head of Formula One, has basically said it's business as usual. He is determined to push ahead, but they only cancelled the race last year just days before it was due to take place. Speculation they may reconsider their decision sometime next week after the Chinese Grand Prix next Sunday. Dan Rivers, CNN, London.
Well, the clock is still ticking down to that North Korean rocket launch. As early as Thursday, the rocket could blast off, carrying